Hi, and welcome to this series of video tutorials where I'm going to walk you through how to use our iKrateSuite POS system. So, in order to access the iKrateSuite POS system, if it is installed locally on your computer or which local server you are using, in order to access it, you need to open a browser. So, for instance, I have opened Chrome, that's Google Chrome on my computer. Then you enter this address, localhost. So the address is localhost slash iKrateSuite.com. For most of you who would have this installed on your PC, you would have a shortcut that you would just double click to open it up. Then you enter the username associated with your account. So for now, I'm using my personal account on the system, and enter your password as well. Okay, so this is the dashboard, and in this first episode of the tutorials, I'm going to walk you through everything that you find on the dashboard and how to make meaning out of it. So this is the dashboard. On the left hand side, you have the menu bar. That's your various links to the various models that are available in the software. Okay, then at the top here is your account. So whoever is logged in will get their username up here. So I am logged in, Ehonia Obe. And if you want to log out, on click of this, you can click sign up, sign out to log out of the system. You can also click if you want to update your profile, that's your username, your password, and the likes. You can hit the profile. Okay, so now let's come to the dashboard. That's the model that we are talking about in this particular video. With the dashboard, the first thing you see here is total purchase due. So in this system or in this software, anytime you see due, it means that it is an outstanding value. Okay, so total purchase due is the purchase refers to what you, the user of the software, or you, the company using the software, what you are purchasing from outside. So for instance, if you are purchasing goods into your store, then that falls under purchases. So if you owe any of the suppliers that you purchase from, then the value will be displayed here. And just so you may know, this part displays values for the recent month. So the current month that you find yourself in, this will be the value. So for instance, if you own a supplier, let's say supplier A, then for the month of, let's choose a month like June or July, the month of July, if you own supplier A, then you are going to get the value that you owe all the suppliers in this particular month over here. Then your total sales due. So if people owe you, sales due is, that is, sales in this system has to do with when you sell to other people. So for instance, if someone bought something from your store but is yet to make the full payment, you get the sum of every amount that is yet to be paid over here in the course of the month. Then you have the total sales amount. So in the course of the month, how much have you made? That will also be displayed here. Then you have total expense amount. So how much did you spend, depending on whichever expenses you are documenting in the course of the month, you'll find the total right here. So just so you may remember, purchases refers to you buying things from outside into your store, while sales implies that you selling to other people. So purchases due is how much you owe your suppliers in the course of the month that you are yet to pay, whilst total sales or sales due refers to how much your customers owe you. All right, and if you have registered some customers on your software, you get a number here. So the total number of customers that you have registered on your software will appear here. What's the total number of suppliers? So this means that you are able to take the information of your customers, you are able to take information about your suppliers, then purchases invoice. So this will refer to the number of invoices that you have purchased or product that you have purchased for which you have received invoice and documented on the software. If let's say in the course of the month you've been to seven different seven different wholesalers and you've purchased from them, they've given you invoice and you've documented, then you are going to get a value like 7 over here telling you that in the course of this month alone you have made 7 different invoice purchases. Then sales invoice refers to, as I keep reminding you, that sales is when you are selling to people. So how many customers have you served, or how many invoices or receipts, if you call it that way, have you issued at in the course of the month? So that will also display here. For now, this database or the store database that I'm using is virtually empty for the quantities. And for the item names, we are using names of medicines. That's if you're running a pharmacy, then you're fortunate we are using the names of the medicines. But these can also be used for any other store, provided the item names are made to reflect the items in the store. So we are using that of a pharmacy for this particular test. And when you come here, purchases and sales bar chart. So this gives you an overview of how much you have sold in a month compared to how much you have bought. So if let's say in a pharmacy, you are looking at in the month of January, so the green one happens to be that for sales, and this is a gray one for purchases. So you get a bar chart telling you that maybe in the course of the month, you've bought more goods than you have actually sold, or you've sold more goods than you have actually bought, and at least a pictorial overview of how the store has been performing over a period of time in terms of comparing the purchases with the sales. Then all recently added items. So anytime you add a new item, the very first, the top 5 recently added items will be shown here. Then when you come to this side, we have expired items. So if it is, if unfortunately you have some items that have expired in the system, they would be indicated here. Then we have stock alerts. Stock alerts. So for each item that you enter, you are going to save the stock alert so that that's the minimum order level. That's the technical name for the stock alert, the minimum order level. So for instance, if I'm say storing item A on the software, I'll be able to tell that for item A, anytime the quantities I have installed reaches 7, then it means that I have to order another one because it may get finished soonest. So for each item, you have to know the minimum reorder stock level, and that will be your stock alert. So for if you set the stock alert to a certain number and the stocks in the software reaches that number, you will find the item here. So you realize for now, almost every item will be found here. Every item stored on the system will be found here because the stock alert for most of them has been exceeded. Obviously, 0 is the least number that you can count. So you would probably have reached all the stock alerts for these items. The next model that you can see here is the items that are expiring in 6 months or less. So for all these items, if you set your expiry date and it's going to expire within the next 6 months, you get the list here so that at least you are quick enough to sell them out so that they don't expire on you. Then the final model that we have here is your top 10 trending items. So you have a chart here, a pie chart over here. Because I've deleted, or this is a new database, you don't get to see the chart, but you have a pie chart here showing you the top 10 things or items that are being sold in the course of the month. So in the course of a particular month that you find yourself, which items are actually being sold the more, so that you can focus on it and bring more of such products. So this is an overview of the dashboard and what you have access to on the dashboard. Before I end this video, I just want you to know that the dashboard is not available to every user. You would have to decide who, in terms of your staff, you decide who can see the dashboard. So it's not everyone that will be able to see all these market secrets that you may have. All right, so we'll look at the sales model in our next video. Thanks and see you in the next video.